up, everybody? Get some jamming going. All right, today, understanding why you are here. This is an extremely key point in the process of building an empire, is understanding why you are there to build it. And understanding you is definitely a direct correlation to understanding your business. Your business is an extension of who you are. So if you don't know who you are, it makes it very, very difficult to grow in the ways that you want to grow. So how does that relate to our businesses? Real estate, credit repair, title insurance, mortgage lending. Knowing who you are, you know what kind of customers you want to work with, what kind of customers you would like to attract. And being who you are, you will in turn attract those customers. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. All right. I was born and raised here in Rogers, Arkansas, where I currently reside. And I grew up. My parents had divorced when I was very young. I was 8 years old, and I was rough. I was just old enough to know what was going on. And they both went on to meet new people in their lives. Uh, my stepdad, who's one of the greatest individuals I've ever known, and my stepmother, who is one of the more intelligent people that I've known. And growing up with four parents who had different opinions, that was difficult. So I got a lot of input, but my stepdad, he put me to work very, very early. Um, he was a cowboy, so doing whatever needed to be done on the ranch. I grew up working when I wasn't playing sports, training courses, building plants, anything that needed to be done, hauling hay, which I'm so thankful I don't have to do anymore. But I learned, how to work at a very young age, and that was really, really important. And most of you are in this group because you know how to work, you want to work, you've got um, things that you want to accomplish, dreams that you're looking to live out, which is great. So when I was growing up, I was a triathlete. I was always doing something: baseball, basketball, football, track, and it eventually led to getting into high school. I just played baseball, and there was a lot of injuries that stemmed from that. I've had a number of surgeries, and you know, I went to play baseball in college and threw out my elbow for the last time. I had second, third elbow surgeries, and came home and jumped right into sales. I'd always known that I would be a part of sales in some form or fashion. Father was a salesman, mother was a salesman, stepmother was a salesman, stepfather was a salesman, grandparents were salesmen. But what part of the industry? I grew up in the real estate world, all around it, and it interested me, but nothing interested me as much as business did. I knew very early that I didn't like other people telling me what to do. Even if I was getting paid for it, I wouldn't get paid enough for somebody to be constantly looking over my shoulder and telling me what I needed to do. So I knew I wanted to work for myself. And at the ripe old age of 19, I bought my father's construction company from him. And, I grew that. I think my first year we did like $52,000 in sales. The next year we did $826,000 in sales. So, we grew almost 100% versus our previous year. And the following year, over 1.2 million. And I started doing too many things at once. See, I still loved business, but I didn't like a lot of the other stuff that came with the industry that I was in. The people, if it wasn't getting done, I had to do it. Construction, I had done all the work. I didn't want to do anymore the hard manual labor, and things started to go downhill, and that business eventually failed after some losses that couldn't be controlled. some situations that arose in my life that I jumped at, or as a result, wasn't great. So going through all of this, I still knew that I loved business, and I couldn't imagine working for anybody else. And I really still to this day haven't. I think I had one job when I was 16. I was mowing a little bit. Other than that, I've worked for myself almost my entire life. And the things that I learned growing up taught me how to, they didn't teach me how to be in business for myself, but they taught me to work. And to be in this industry, to work for yourself, you've got to know how to work. And you may not know what you've got to work, but you've got to know how to get up every single day and face whatever obstacles you have to overcome. Now, I've failed many, many times. I've lost my money, I've lost other people's money. And if I didn't persist, there was really no coming back into this business world. It was that I would go work for somebody else and I would live out more than likely the rest of my life in a way that I didn't want to. So I stayed at it. I lived years without money, without vehicles. I had my home taken from me, my vehicles taken from me, everything. I was stripped down to clothes, and thank God for my family because if I didn't have, I would have been homeless too. So I had a place to stay, and we made it through with minimal food as we were fighting back. As we were still fighting against the current that was dragging us the opposite way, and that brings us to really where I'm at today. Is I fought and fought and fought and fought because I knew that business was something that I would always be a part of, and I fought with them. And it wasn't until recently that I really, probably a year or so ago, that I really found why I was fighting to be in business for myself and why, I fought to be in the position I'm in today. And that has been, the crucial turning point in my business. Knowing why I was doing what I was doing, finding clarity in yourself. I made mistakes, but when I took responsibility for my life, that was a turning point in my business, in myself, in my life. That's when everything really cleared up for me, and the message became clear as to where I was headed and why I was headed in that direction. And so, understanding who you are as a person is one of the most key points in becoming successful in your form of success and other people's form of success. So my challenge to all of you out there is to write this down. What do I want? Write down the question, what do I want? And then turn around and write down an answer to that question. And then I want you to write down, why do I want what I want? And then I want you to answer that question. We need to identify with all of you who you are and why you are. What are you fighting for? What is it that you're going after? That needs to become very, very clear to each and every one of you. Who are you? What are you trying to accomplish? Why are you trying to accomplish this? I tell all of you, you need to write your goals down every morning and every night. You need to answer this question within yourself. If you haven't thought about it, think you're going great, that's fine. But you need to find clarity because your talent will only take you as far as your character can pull you. Remember that. We may go a long way with this, but if your character can't sustain your success, you will lose it. Life, business will discipline you when you need it. And so what we want to do is we want to take care of that right now, up front. You guys need to understand who you are. You need to know why you are. That is one of the most important business things that I had to learn. I knew how to work. I knew how to work, but I didn't know what to work, and that was a big problem. Much like a lot of us are sitting here in this conversation, you all know how to work, but the reason you're part of this organization is you don't necessarily know how to work in certain parts of this business, and that's what we're learning here. But understanding this before you really move, or before you move a lot further in your success, is crucial. You need to define who you are, and you need to live by who you are. It's not for validation of anybody else. It's for you, and that within that you will attract what you are and who you are. You will attract that atmosphere. See, I know who I am, and I know who all of you are, and that's why we're sitting here. That's why you are part of this organization. Understand who you are and live by who you are. One of the key processes, key points of anything, one of the first things that I like to do out there is who are you? Who the hell are you? Why are you? So, I've told a little story about myself. You know, get out there and live outside your comfort zone and expose yourself to yourself. Be vulnerable. Do things you're uncomfortable with so that you can grow in ways that you can never grow. Tell me a story back. Record yourself. Keep it behind closed doors. If you want to, post a video in a group. We won't share it, but we've got to get to know each other. Not if we're going to stand beside each other. So, you guys all have a wonderful day. And report back and you write this down. Remember, uh, we need to define. We need to define you. You guys have a wonderful day. I love you. Peace.